Thank you for staying tuned to Diamond TV. My name is Francesca and welcome to this week's episode of The Digest. Now, many adolescent girls are deprived of their reproductive health rights and impinge upon the opportunity to realize their full potential and enjoy their human rights as established in various international treaties. Child marriage, the marriage of a person below the age of 18 years, is one such act that deprives adolescent girls' reproductive health rights, education, and non-discrimination, hence affecting their quality of life. On The Digest this week, we look at the early marriages in the northern province of Zambia.
Child marriage is defined as a formal marriage or informal union that takes place before the age of 18. In many contexts, the practice has been shown to have profound physical, intellectual, psychological, and emotional impacts, especially for girls. Children who are poor, live in rural areas, and/or are out of school are disproportionately at risk of marrying off young. Zambia, like many African countries, is still grappling with the issue of early marriages when the Marriage Act sets the legal
kyamusowa twali batandalira okutandala kwali paishu yakufya abaana banono nali basoka okutya okufuma leero eryonse nale mutamba fyerero okufuma iririne ukofya omwana omunono wishi wa omwana kashinanyina n'omwana omwaume nanyina nashibukombi abali 7 nana bwinga wena nowine muleufya wonse nkamuketa bakamutwale ku
I have made it clear that I don't want girls in my chiefdom to be married off early, and I've warned my subjects that whoever would defy my directive will face my wrath, because I want young girls in my chiefdom to be educated.
Nomba twaliba konkomesha kuti skulu nomba ubuteko bwishire bulipa kusambirisa skulu kwa bulo kulipire kintu nangu chimo bikenya abana pa skulu uko fyo kufuma ino enshita ine mkwai kapera report bambi okula musenda kwena bali chumfa twali tandala fyo konse fyo chalo bitonse cha musowa.
The median age at first marriage among women aged 25 to 49 years in urban areas is an average 2 years higher than in rural areas, and also increases in direct correlation with improved levels of education and wealth. The drivers of child marriage in Zambia include high levels of poverty, poor access to quality education, limited life choices, and a lack of access to sexual and reproductive health services. And therefore, many parents marry off their daughters because of hunger, as majority in Northern Province are unemployed. But should this be an excuse to the inhumane act of marrying off small girls?
Inofondemi bukushako fyako ibati twalikwataka sewo kuno ukufya abana abashira afika pamushingu. Too much muchunga early marriages. Insala mushana murepokerela 14 years mwaufya omwana mulandu.
We have received reports of parents marrying off their children early. It is to the reason why we have changed the approach. If we find out that the girl is married off early, we will arrest everyone involved in that marriage.
Kuikata bana chimbusa na bonsa basangure ko wedding. Muresu minishe chibichire chitika. Mure umana otumpundu pa vintu efibi. Lekeno mukashana ali akusukuru. Lwenu nga twaisa milonga bonse. No mulume kumo. Ero mulume ngana chila ni myaka 18 years defilement. Kulala kama wana kanon.
Research conducted in 2015 showed that most common unions in Zambia appear marriages between girls from the age of 12 years and above and boys from the age of 14 years and above. Children are marrying children, often making the decision to do so with or without the consent and support of parents.
Kwena abana abanono tatubofya fwe bafyashi babwawe ifwe tupurikirwa fya amafumo okobalepula amafumo abene okobale akusukuru kwisa mwana fyo mwana ali pabukulu nangu ni nsalamu tatushimona fwe bafyashi kunwawe tatufya abana abanono.
Do not benefit from these marriages because most of the times our girls fall pregnant and they take themselves into marriage.
Kusanga fyati naya nabana nifo tulesunga nifo tulechuliramo fwe bafyashi kaita bale upwa.
Annie Kalonga, a resident of Senga village in Senga Hill district, was married off at a tender age when it was discovered that she was pregnant.
I knew
the man through my elder brother, who then asked for my number. When he called me, he asked if I can be his girlfriend. At first I refused, then later agreed.
Nga pa kulanshanya pa kulansha chashani pa kulansha.
Bana ngati ndekufuwa. Nifo girlfriend one.
Ero waska sana.
Annie has now been retrieved from her husband, and her parents want to take her back to school.
I am not hurt that I've been retrieved from my marriage because I've seen how people are suffering and the benefits of education.
Okay.
Number 1. Taishu kwa number 2 ya ishi. Nibato sange fishika nangu kumuta bato chitwale fa kwa mwana kuwesha mwana pasu. Mwana achepe shwa kuche tungeteshani. Tungo nibato sange tisintu fya ko soko filia ku mwana taka bole pangana. Twaye nomba kuli kukoti kwa nondo.
After discovering that our child has entered some sort of marriage without our consent, we went to court because all we wanted was our daughter back so that she can continue with her education.
Atupokera ko mwana afutanga papa akabwere pisa pasukuru tutaise kuli baedima nikona bale twafu kulingana fyo babomba na baedima ni bamushi awo mwatu ina nkwali bwela pano panganda echinga twimine po chakwati ngapu sukali satu afu kulingana fyo batu ebere fyombo kisha pasukuru.
Luembe Susan is one of the village head women who was instrumental in retrieving Annie from her marriage.
19 years umwana omwa chiri mwana munganda uyeule monoko batalawo ewala upa so bwebwa afya buntu twamwene okwebati fyupo fyenu tatufimwene pwati pabe fyupo
We noticed that both the man and the girl were not matured enough to enter a marriage. We thought it wise that we separate them so that they can continue with their education.
Kalero twachadi kale muma 1972 nangu 80 mu 2001 twale upotwa no tunono nomba masanso yale bako twale abana balefa na mafumo fwe bale pusuka tuli banono nomba ili nomba buteko na butampo kutuchinjishako.
In the past, when we were married off early, not everyone survived, as most of our friends died during childbirth, and we have drawn lessons from that. And we now know the importance of education, and we want our girls to get educated.
Tulefu abana basambirire ubuteko na butufunisha ma teachers yayengi tulefu abana basambirire na ifo buchushi bupueko nga twasambisha abana kashi.
Health experts intimate that most girls who are married off early are more likely to suffer from depression and trauma due to abuse from their spouse, and in some cases it may result in death. Hence, Kasama District Education Board Secretary, the traditional leadership, in collaboration with organizations in Northern Province, embarked on an exercise to retrieve girls from such marriages and enroll them back in school.
District has been concerned about early marriages concerning our school-going children. In the past, we had a problem, but after coming in strongly as an office of education, the numbers have reduced. Like this year, 2022, we have experienced only one case. Last year, we had 2 cases, and we brought these girls back to school. We had to intervene with the traditional local leadership, and we brought back these girls to school. So now, what is happening is that maybe in case there are those who want to marry off their children at a tender age, school-going children, they are transferring their children to some other relatives somewhere else, where maybe we may not have information. But as far as we are concerned, as an office, we have done something commendable, and the cases have actually reduced compared to the past.
Both the district and provincial administration have joined the fight against child marriages within their jurisdiction.
What we've done as government, I think we've engaged our departments of social welfare and community to go around the district to sensitize parents about the early marriages. You know, in most cases, yes, the girls didn't have anything to do, and other parents were giving an excuse to say they didn't have enough money to pay for the school fees. Hence, they were forcing young girls to get married. But ever since we introduced the free education as government, as a new dawn government, under the leadership of our president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, most of the girls are going to school. We are encouraging them to go to school. And apart, because it's free education, they are going there without paying anything. And we also have a program called KGS, which is Keeping Girls in School. This program was designated for this girls, those that are coming from the poor families, more especially those that parents are getting social cash transfer. So as government, what we've done, we are getting girls, those that have gone into grade 8, we are educating them by the social welfare. We are getting those girls, and per year they are getting 600. In the past they used to get 200, but now we are giving them 600 to enable them buy uniforms, which includes shoes, books, a few other items to use at that particular year. Not just that, we are also getting once we educate those girls up to grade 12, we are also getting tertiary. We are taking them for tertiary. When that child finishes, we are paying from grade 8 up to grade 12. From grade 12, if this child goes to a training, a college, if he goes to a college, we are also paying for those girls until they finish their training, and then that's where we end.
But now, under the New Dawn government, we realize that for us to ensure that we eradicate early child marriage, one of the things that we have done is to invest in the education sector. Those that are supposed to be in the school are given the opportunity to be in school without being removed due to the cost barrier. So as government, we have tried our best to ensure that all school-going children are retained in school, and to do that, we have removed the cost barrier to access education. And beyond the grade 12, the government also has increased the constituency development fund to include skills development fund, which has also covered those boys and girls that are out of school from the age of 16 to 18. From our legal perspective, you might be aware that a child or an individual is only lawfully can get married at the age of 21. Below that, there are a lot of issues that have to be followed, like consent from parents and others. So government is supporting us, especially those that are in provincial administration, who are at the tail end of the implementation of the policies. So it is these policies that we are trying to ensure that we implement. The second part, in terms of what are we doing as government in the province to fight early child marriages, apart from the policy aspect, there is also partnership. We have escalated and enhanced partnership with key stakeholders like civil society organizations who are working in the province, like we have Women's Lobby, we have Women's for Change, we have non-government coordinating committee, the NGOCC, who are working in the province in various districts. As you may be aware, some of the districts are even hotspots. We are talking about districts like Rupososhi, Chirubi and Kaputa, which are recorded even in many of the surveys as the hotspots. So these our cooperating partners, the non-government organizations, the civil society organizations, and the church are becoming our partners to ensure that they work with government and advance the issue of early child marriages.
It is evident that child marriage is not just a punishment to the child, but it also puts the life and future of the child at risk, both physically and mentally. Government, together with its cooperating partners, should continue fighting against early child marriages and introduce stiffer punishment to deter potential perpetrators.
The prevalence of child marriage in Zambia stands in the way of ensuring these rights. To protect, promote, and fulfill the rights of adolescent girls, there is need to engage to eradicate child marriage. And that's all we had for you on the Digest. Remember to give us your feedback by emailing us at documentaries@DiamondTVZambia.com. On behalf of the crew, thank you for watching. Goodbye.